Hey everyone, it's me, Peter, back here again with another review on my channel, Days with Peters. And today we are going to be reviewing the Porsche 911 Carrera S 2020. And as you can tell, this car is in the silver color. And I can't wait to get started and talking more about this 911. But before we jump into the review, let's talk a little bit about what this car stands for in the market. Now, as you all maybe know or some not know, the 911 has been around since the 60s, 1963 to be exact. And the formula really hasn't changed on these cars. You know, it's got two bucket seats in the front, two tiny seats in the back, 2 doors, a flat 6 engine mounted right behind the rear axle, and sometimes even all-wheel drive. This car is a fantastic vehicle to enjoy a nice canyon carving road or a nice even Sunday sporty feeling drive. Nothing about this car is average. Everything is above and beyond in terms of fit, finish, and quality. I can't wait to get started on the review. Here's an overview on the car. Let's get started and dive right into this vehicle. Starting from the front, you have your new generation style of headlighting, fully LED design headlights. As you can tell, there's the Porsche logo right within the headlight cluster, and look at that design. The 4 individual LEDs with the projector beam in the middle is so distinctive and so unique. You know that you have a beast behind you when you're driving, when this thing pulls up with you at the nighttime. Taking a look at the actual Porsche crest as well, I love the texture on this thing. The lines are flush. You have a little bit of feeling on it. It does say, the Stuttgart emblem on that with the Porsche crest and original colors. Taking a look at the front fascia over here, you do get actually parking sensors on this vehicle, and you do actually get fog LED lighting from what it looks like. It does look like that there is a closed portion over here in the front fascia. I can't believe that. Maybe it's not needed for, I guess, airflow and cooling. You do have a tow hook mounting cover right there, and you can see, the radiator system right there behind these vents. So the vents are real, and from the looks of it, they do open and close, so it does have active aero on this vehicle. This car is the 8th generation of, the 911, and once again, they've knocked it out of the park in terms of design language. I love the low slung body of this car, right? And obviously here in the Canadian market, you have these orange reflectors, which, not everybody's a fan of, but I mean, that's an easy plastic dip fix, or you can wrap it up and make it, blacked out if you need be. Coming to the tires, you have the, I believe they're Goodyear Eagles on this vehicle with your massive Porsche brake caliper right there. This car is sitting on front 245, 35 ZR20s, so obviously a high performance, low profile, high speed tire, and the cross drilled rotors are a really nice touch in showing how high performance this vehicle is. Believe it or not, this car is actually one of the lower models in the range, but with over 443 horsepower, I believe, it's nothing shy of being a slow vehicle. 443 horsepower, 390 pound-feet of torque. That is enough to get you from 0 to 60 or 0 to 100 in Canada in like 3.5 seconds. Wow. Especially with that PDK transmission with the 8-speed, this thing is lightning fast when it comes to shifting gears and getting you off the line from a dig into the first place pole position. Coming to the rear tires, they actually are slightly bigger on the back. So you have 305, 30s that are 21s. So that is a massive tire with, the nice brake caliper assembly there with the Porsche logo and a Stuttgart crest right on the actual wheel caps. This looks like a floating rotor from the looks of it. I would have to double check with that. But yeah, this car is fully high performance inside and out. Everything about it screams just luxury and performance. Coming to the rear of the vehicle where the engine sits, it is sitting behind the rear axle. It is a true sports car in my opinion, with the engine in the rear, the flat six in the rear, sitting just over the rear axle. That helps with putting power to the ground. There's more weight to the rear wheels, so that allows this car to really take off in the digs. And I can't wait to go inside this car because man, is luxurious. One thing to mention is that the Porsche, for some strange reason, puts the gas filler cap on the passenger side of the front of the car. I'm not sure why they do that, to be honest, but I guess it's something to do with their heritage, which they're known so much for. I wonder if it is locking. It most likely is. With the unlock button, it would unlock as well, so you just push that in. Oh, well, it doesn't seem to want to open up for me. I'm going to leave that alone. Taking a look at the top of the vehicle, this is low to the ground. I'm like around 5'7", but the hardtop panel, I believe this is a sunroof from the looks of it. I would have to get inside to actually figure it out. The hardtop is really nice. Taking a look at the rear here, you have your brake lights, you have the Porsche emblem and a LED strip, and I love the rear lights on this car. They do, make this little like U shape, C shape here, which is very unique to this vehicle. Coming down a little bit, you do have 4 parking sensors, which help make this car more efficient to park, and you do have a backup camera that makes this even more nice to park up. Coming to the exhaust tips, yeah, those are real exhaust tips. I mean, the actual exhaust is in there, and it's split up into 2 components, but the tip itself is polished. It's aluminum. Well, it looks like metal actually, and they are pretty big, and this car is pretty loud for a stock vehicle. It makes a lot of noise when you just turn it on. Let's go ahead and get inside this vehicle and continue the rest of the view. Catch you inside. Now, before I jump into the interior of this car, I did want to show off to you the rear of the car a little bit more and talk a little bit more about the engine. Now, as you may know, this is a 3-liter flat 6 engine that goes in the rear of the car, sits just above the rear axle. And one thing that is fantastic about it is the fact that you can't even really work on it. You need to take it into a authorized tech to get into the deep bits of the engine. But I do want to show you how it looks. So let's go inside and get the engine cover opened up. One thing I do love about this car is the fact that it has these flush handles that retract into the actual door body. So it is flush right now. So, that allows as much air to slip by the car as possible when you're doing those high-speed maneuvers. Coming into the vehicle, you just, come up to it. I think you got to click this button. Oh, nope. You actually got to click the keys. The key is actually pretty cool on this car. It is a custom key that actually looks like a Porsche, has a silhouette of the vehicle itself, and you just click that unlock button right there. It retracts let me show you that again actually. There's the lock function with the audible lock alert. Unlock is just that, and there you go, it's been fully unlocked. Now, popping those keys back into my pocket, they are obviously remote key access to this vehicle, and like I said, that door handle has just protruded itself so that it's available for me. Oh, it does actually have a automatic timer on it, so let me get that car back opened up. There you go. Open that up. Wow, look at that. Even the entry to this car is special. And this is just a Carrera S, guys. It's not even the 4S, it's not even the higher model, but once again, the pedigree and the prestige of a vehicle like this is unmatched and unrivaled. Even, just this area component right here, you instantly feel like you're getting into a high-end sports luxury car, something that, some cars are not able to offer when you just open the door. It feels special in this vehicle. So let's go ahead and open that rear compartment. You come down into the door sill over here. It does have the aluminum Carrera kick plate here. Your front is your frunk. I'll open that. It is an electronic release. And then your rear for your engine cover is right here. Once again, another electronic release. And, this one does have seating controls that are, really robust. You have like almost, 6, 4 lumbar. You have a lot of controls on these sport bucket seats, which are actually, very soft and supple leather. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rear of the actual car before I get into the inside. And, once again, those windows do retract into the rubbering when they fully close. So coming to the rear, this is the compartment right here. It is hot. But I'm gonna try to get it open here, and there you go. There is that 3 liter flat six engine there. You know, you have your fans here for exhaust, and you know, a little bit of a stickering so that you know what to do with and what type of oil to use in a vehicle like this. And wow, there's a lot of heat emanating from this area right here. Coming to the left side over here, you have your, from what it looks like, coolant over here, and then you have your oil reservoir right over here. You know, if you ever need to top up real quick, it's easy. I mean, that's all Porsche really wants you to do. You know, obviously keep in mind, this is a luxury car, right? Guys, if you're buying this car, you're not doing oil changes yourself. You're not working on this car yourself. You are basically taking those keys and handing it right over to the service technician so they can do the job for you, because you're too busy making calls. You're too busy in meetings. You're too busy making big money on a vehicle like this. So that's enough for the rear of the car. Let's close this up. I love how these aerodynamic wind flow channels are here. It looks really cool and really aggressive. This area is hot. It does get really hot, so just be very careful, you know, when you're opening this thing up, to show all your cool friends that, you know, you are the talk of the town. Obviously, you want to be very gentle with, you know, Porsche or any high-end luxury vehicle, because the components on this vehicle, they may be robust, but they come with a certain level of finesse when it comes to, you know, handling this type of object. You do have a red lever there to unlock the front trunk area, and you know, it's a decent size, and I love the profile of the car when it is opened up. Coming into the trunk area, I mean, you know, it's big enough. You know, here's my phone in comparison. It's, you know, that's iPhone 12. It's, you know, it's enough to get groceries in here, maybe a helmet, maybe some luggage if you're heading out to the airport. You do have a Porsche Velcroed, you know, maintenance kit over here. You got some mobile oil in there. You know, obviously you're going to be topping up very often in a car like this, you know, with the turbocharged engine. These things are notorious for drinking a lot of oil, and even this is really nice, the leather pouching with the Porsche crest on it, and it's velcroed on, so, you know, if you lose that, that's going to be a pretty penny to get that replaced. You do have these tiny floor mats. I mean, those are really small. You obviously have your lighting here at nighttime, and you do have a emergency trunk exit if you ever need to, you know, in case you're ever kidnapping some kids or something like that. I'm not recommending you do so. And then coming into the top of the engine, or well, the front area, you have your windshield washer reservoir over there. You do also have a VIN number that's associated with this vehicle right there, and you know, it is a dual strut hood, so that's really nice. It's very sturdy, and up here it's never gonna fall or anything, and even the hood is pretty lightweight. You know, the material and the finish they use on here it's sticking through the whole vehicle with one lever to catch the hook there. You know, obviously when you're closing a car like this, you bring it down to that level, you know, just a little bit of a crack, and then you give it a nice little tuck in. There you go. This car has actually been sold. It's on the chopping block to get out of our facility as soon as possible. It was listed at around $162,000 Canadian for this particularly spec'd vehicle, and you do have a, you know, a little bit of black plastic there to mitigate rock chips and damage to your, you know, fenders. And look at the fender on this car. It is a massive piece like that. You do not want to damage or get this piece of bodywork, you know, frayed, because that's going to be a big job indeed. Let's take a look more at this inside the vehicle, the roof. I want to get inside and talk more about the inside of this car, because boy is it filled with a lot of luxuries and nice things that you don't really get in many other vehicles of this, you know, store. Oh, getting into this car is a mission, and wow, look at that. I'm greeted by a nice big Porsche crest right there, right on the steering wheel. It is once again textured as usual. I love how they have the texture on it. It gives a little bit of a pizzazz on a car like this, right? So talking more about the inside of this car, you have the interior bits right over here. Now, as you can tell, this car looks really bare bones right now in terms of button situation, because this is actually a capacitive touchscreen that turns on when the key is present. Let's see if I can get it to go on, or maybe it's just up here, the capacitive touch buttons. Yeah. Volume knob, grab. Thank goodness this exists on a vehicle like this. You know, these toggles are really nice and handy and touchable, and just a fantastic fit and finish on every touch point of this car. It feels great. Coming to the actual drive lever, it looks like this very small like shaver thing. I like it. I think it's really nice looking. Obviously, you know, reverse, drive, and then neutral would be like a semi-click. Your park button is there, and then your manual mode is over there as well. You do get a volume knob on this car, which is really nice. It's actually really responsive as well. I love how they've integrated that right there. It does feel nice, and it clicks really nicely too. Clicky. So that's cool about that. Coming to the actual tune knob, you know, these tune knobs is very interesting. I love how it zooms in and out of the menu or the map effortlessly. It's just fantastic feeling on that thing. You got more climate controls up and down, and you got your AC controls as to where it's going to be pointing to or the level of the fan. So very intuitive, very easy to use. Coming down a little bit more to the actual heated seat controls is right over here. 3 levels of heated seats. No cool seats on this one, unfortunately. I would have to dig deeper into the menu to actually see if it has that option. Taking a look at the sunroof button. This one does have a sunroof. I guess it's just hidden. You click that button right there and it opens it up or vents it up. This one is a vent. This one opens. This one opens at an angle. So this car has a lot of functionality in terms of a sunroof, and the sunroof is there. It is actually covered in black cladding. It's very difficult to tell it's even there. So that's actually really interesting how they've integrated that into the car. Coming to the glove box, you have to open it from your right hand. Over there there's a button, and you get enough space for your cell phone to stay nice and in place there. You get 2 USB sockets, USB-A, you got 1 SIM card slot, and you get even a SD card reader there. God knows what that's for. Taking a look more at the actual steering wheel and gauge cluster of this vehicle. Wow, look at that. This one does have the 4 digital displays, right? Your left, middle, and then right side digital, and then you have a tachometer, which is full analog. It's actually got these little lighting controls inside, which looks really cool. Obviously, this is a Porsche. It's a sports car, and they want that tachometer right in the middle, so you know exactly where your revs are and your RPMs are doing, and the speed indicator as well, and your drive mode selector as well. The display is very crisp, in my opinion. It just looks like just any, very crisp and high resolution display type of thing. And you do have a leather wrapped steering wheel over here with very little bolstering for your 10 and 2 grips. I mean, I feel like the Elantra has more bolstering, but then again, this is a true sports car. I guess you're not really holding it like that firmly in this area. It is fully leather wrapped, and it's got a nice little stitch on it as well. Looking at the steering controls, you have over here your media controls. You have your voice activated system there. You have a volume rocker here, what do you call it, knob or rocker scroller button. Over here you have the backup camera button. You click that, it pulls up your backup camera, which is very high quality, and it obviously has sensors and trajectory as it as well. I mean, the Porsche infotainment alone could be a full review. I'm not going to go over that in depth, but yeah, skipping tracks is right over there. Your call button is over here. You have a little bit of more another rocker here or roller, but go back, and then you have your up down. In terms of that, you have your drive mode selector, which is right over here, and it actually feels really nice. Every switch is just a nice little turn of the key, and I love it. Pushing it in, you actually do get, I think it's the I'm not sure what the push in does, but it definitely should do something. We'll have to look more into that. Coming to the paddle shifters of this car, they are really nice and they feel fantastic to touch in and around the vehicle. And you have plus on that side and minus on this side, and obviously they are steering wheel mounted, so they will turn with the actual steering wheel. More about the controls, even the lighting controls are right over here, and it does feel premium. It is a little plasticky, but I mean, it does have the gloss back, so it gives a little bit of a premium touch to it. Coming down here is the cruise control stock. And coming over here is your wiper stock for this car, and those wipers look expensive. This one does have the chrono package from the looks of it, so you do get the timer there, your lap timer, in seconds, and then you get a little analog clock built into the middle. It does have venting at the top, which is really nice. And yeah, other than that, the display is very high resolution. It's very responsive. It's really quick to get in and around the system. Navigation is obviously built in and on board. It does have all your radio channels and stations, Sirius XM, USB, Bluetooth, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, FM AM. Phoner is pretty nice. Car settings menu is actually really nice. I love how it has the Sport Plus, individual, and even the wet mode. That's something you don't get in a lot of cars. It does have the active exhaust, so you can actually change that, and it does have a active spoiler as well. So at high speed driving, it'll extract out of the vehicle, I guess is the word. And you do have a lot of chassis settings as well. Yeah, this car, I mean, you can go through the systems all day long. Even the Porsche Active Safe system is online now, and it's got so much stuff to it. It's just like I can play with this menu all day long. Let's put it back on the home screen where I like it. I usually leave it on the map, to be honest. I like map view. It's a really cool view. And yeah, other than that, the glove box is nice damped in here. It does give a nice soft close to it as well, and you do get a little bit of this nice material here. I'm not sure exactly what it is. It feels like plastic, and I can't tell. And then it is a soft touch material up here as well. You got vents over there. Even the buttons on the door panel are nice and black. Right, so they are going to catch fingerprints, but then again, you're not going to be cleaning a car like this. You have your window controls, speaker system. Not sure what type of brand the speaker system is on this one. I know the higher ones do come with branded Burmester system, but not sure on this one. The rear windshield, the rear view mirror is actually tiny. And obviously the LED map lights are full LED, so you don't have to worry about that. And yeah, let's take a look at the, oh, this is so small. I mean, I guess it's just enough to block enough sun. It's a function car, right? This car is all about function. They do not actually extend backwards. So, even Hyundai Elantra has an extension on that pole. And yeah, let's actually close this up. Let's end the review here. And once again, like, I could talk about this car all day long. It's so nice. I feel so high end sitting in a cabin like this. It's just like, it's unbelievable, right? Obviously, a car like this is going to cost you a lot of money, and you have to be prepared for the maintenance and associated costs with a car like this, right? It's a 911. It's a Porsche. You're getting a lot of pedigree on a car like this, but you got to keep in mind you're going to be paying out the wallet like crazy. But at least you'll be the only one with a Porsche. So that's a nice thing about this car. That's enough for the review today. I mean, I don't know what else I can really talk about it, but I feel like I've mentioned just about everything on this car. Other than that, I'm going to wrap this review up and get back to work. But yeah, it was fun having you guys here on my channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Peter Singh, and I work here at 401 Dixie Hyundai as a sales representative. And I'm always doing whatever it takes to get out there and learn more about cars. Have my viewers and audience learn more about vehicles, Hyundai products and other random used cars as well, lightly used vehicles, including this Porsche. We do have a lot of crazy inventory that comes in and about, and we do sell quickly too, because we are right here in Mississauga area, right by the Pearson Airport, and we are always busy, but we're always more than happy to take customers and help them out to our maximum capacity. That's it for the day, and I'll catch you on the flip side for the next review. Wow, even these leather seats, like, they're nice. They feel nice. And we'll wrap it up here, and I'll catch you on the next review. Bye for now.